Hello Sweat Boot Campers. So this is the next one in our how to series and it is how to do push-ups. Now if you know me, you know that my push-ups are not my strongest point, but that does mean that I've spent a lot of time trying to work on my shoulder mobility and activating the muscles that are needed whilst doing it. So I know all about the theory, I just need to get on and bloom practice them. Yeah. So the main thing is, a lot of us are scared of doing the full push-up, so we're doing a box push-up, which actually isn't helping us progress to doing main push-ups because we're not activating our core, we're not learning how to be a moving plank and getting ourselves up and down to the floor. So quite often a good idea is to actually start doing push-ups on an incline or against the wall and take it from there. But I do appreciate that a lot of the time when we're in a workout, they are part of a whole sequence of moves. So we often end up doing the 3/4, which is actually still a really hard push-up to do. I wouldn't be bashing out loads of reps on there. So the most important thing to do is to think about one part of the body at a time that you're activating as you work down the body going into the position. And I would also like to do a couple of mobility exercises. So you've got to think about which of the areas that you need to activate for the push-ups. So you need to be activating not just your chest, your shoulders and your triceps, you also need to be activating your back, your glutes. You want to be feeling like you've got some mobility in those shoulders. And you're also even going to be driving through your heels and activating your quads and hamstrings. So basically you've got to think of it as a whole body exercise. So whilst I'm still whittering on, I'm just going to use a band. I've not got any resistance on it, so you could use anything that you've got that's long, a piece of rope, a dressing gown cord, and I am shoulder flossing. So yeah, so my particular weakness is that my shoulders are slightly forward, so it means that I'm not usually activating my back and I'm not helping myself out really, and probably struggling also to activate the shoulders. Other people have got weak wrists or an issue with their elbows, or it's just strength. You actually do need quite a lot of strength. So if you're trying to help, like me, get your posture sorted, you can also be doing some exercises with external rotation, again, with or without a band. So you just want to try and get rid of that posture, which is from being hunched over a keyboard or hunched looking at a laptop. So I'm squeezing my elbows in as close to my body as possible, and I'm externally rotating my shoulders. So another really good move that we need in order to engage our back is our scapular retraction. So I'll try and get my shoulder blades packed and down in a good position, and then I'm squeezing my shoulder blades back and squeezing them together and then relaxing. So squeeze and then relaxing. So this one's a good one to do pushing into the wall, and you can also do it whilst you're in a squat position. So you can press your elbows into the wall to get a little bit of resistance and then relax. So inhale, exhale and press and relax. So yes, it's all about that engagement. So before I go into the push-ups, I would also want to be doing a plank and a cat and a cow. So hands and knees. I've got my hands directly beneath my shoulders. I'm going to inhale and I'm going to exhale and come up into my cat. So what I'm trying to do is get my full spine mobility going on. So inhale, exhale, I'm going all the way the other way, drawing my shoulders back and down from my ears. So this is a good stretch in itself. And even when I'm at this point, yeah, I have got my tummy hanging out because there's too much cake in there, but I'm gently braced on my core. I haven't just let it go. So inhale, exhale, I'm back up to cat. And with the next exhale, I'm into cow. Good, and then inhale and exhale. And with the exhale, back down. So now's a good time to work on that start position, yeah? So my hands are beneath my shoulders. I'm just going to take them ever so slightly out, and I'm going to grip really quite firmly on the floor, yeah? I'm then thinking about packing my shoulders back and down, and my neck is in neutral, so my chin is slightly tucked. It's not up here or right hanging down in an attempt to get to the floor. Naming no names, yeah? And then I've packed my shoulders down and I've gently tucked under my glutes and I'm bracing my core. And then pressing back with my heels, yeah? So my feet are together, shoulders back and down. Now that would be my perfect starter position. To make my life slightly easier, get myself a wider base of support, I take my feet out. Yeah. So if I was then going to drop to the 3/4, this would be my position. So tummy still tucked under, shoulders still locked down. Yeah, so I'm coming back up on my toes now, and I'm just going to do a little bit of scapular retraction. So I'm pushing my shoulder blades together and pulling them apart. Yeah, so that's just again working on my upper back mobility. The next one, that is final stretchy stretch, so you don't have to do these, but it does help to warm up that area, is I'm just going to flare my elbows like for a lat stretch, and then take my arms to my head. The cushion is here because man, the lumps on those bench really hurt. So my elbows are wide, I'm pressing my body weight down, I've already got a nice stretch through my upper back, my hands are together in a prayer position, and then I'm going to bring them in and back down. So I come up, as I come down I'm flaring my elbows, feeling a stretch through my upper back and shoulders, taking the hands back and coming back up. So one more, take it down, press those elbows out, hands to the head, back, and I'm up. So yeah, that's literally, so you can do it on a Swiss ball, it's even better, but I've got a bench here, let's get rid of that cushion, it encourages me to sit on it later. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of full push-ups, bearing in mind, did quite a lot in class this week, so they won't be that good looking. Hey, where's Liz when I want her, or Jackie? So lock those shoulders down. Yeah, I've gripped the floor, my feet are apart to help me a bit, tummy's tucked under, I'm inhaled, I've exhaled, brace, oh, and that's the end of my good push-ups. So from there, because I'm trying to improve my push-ups, I would then take it into negatives or eccentrics. So I do the bit that's with gravity, pause at the bottom, then drop my knees and press back up. So I'm doing basically the easier part of the push-up, but you want to hold for a little bit at the bottom because that means that's the bit that I want to improve on. So inhale, exhale, brace. Oh, she managed another one. That was a shocker, wasn't it? And drop the knees and come back up. So just by thinking about the muscles that are working, you're just taking a little bit of the pressure off, you know, it just being a chest exercise. You want to try and engage the whole body and help yourself because they're beasties, they're tough. Okay, so you do the hardest version you can and then you regress. The hardest version you can with good form, let's just put that. So then I'd be on to my 3/4 push-ups. So my shoulders are locked and down, my tummy's tucked, chest to the floor, dig through the palms of the hand, come back up. Now watch my elbow position. They're at about 45 degrees. I don't want them splayed out because then I'm going into my shoulders and I'm risking some knackered shoulders and also just a bit of discomfort in my neck. So down, dig through the palms of the hands, back up. Now that's still a tricky push-up. And if you had the option, it'd be better to have an incline, yeah? So this time we're going to start from the top. So your easier version, I'm going to have to put my hands slightly wider than I would because it's a glass door. So hands just wider than shoulder width apart. I'm on the balls of my feet. I've once again gone through all my posture cues. I come down to the door, ideally it'd be a wall, and press back up. Yeah, down, press back up. Yeah. So you want to again feel like your elbows are coming back in that arrowhead posture and your shoulders are staying tucked and down. You could then look at different height units. Yeah, that's just about going to maintain my weight if I did it. Let's not do that. So then I'd need to go down to the bench. So once again, I'd be digging through the palms of my hands, clenching my fingers, tucked my tailbone under, drive back with my heels, lock my shoulders down, down, ooh, they're getting tough again. Ooh, they are. Okay, so do the best version you can. So you can do the box ones, but just the difficulty with the box is that you're not actually going to improve at any of your push-ups. In some ways, you'd be better off to get practicing about getting a really strong elbow plank and a good plank transfer and also getting your chest pressed with the dumbbells and some shoulder work. Because some of the time when you're doing, if you look, I'm not having to use my core. I could literally carry on forever doing that. So if you can get into the 3/4, then that's loads better. Yeah. So some people have also got issues with their wrists, so you might want to do a little bit of a wrist warm up at the start. You can also turn the wrists back and gently sit back. So again, we don't do anything too aggressive. So it just depends. Sometimes the wrists can be tight, sometimes the shoulders, sometimes the elbows. Yeah. And then you can help the wrists by keeping them in neutral, by having your hands holding onto some dumbbells or push-up handles, or even just using a rolled up mat or cushion under the heel of your hands just to elevate it slightly, and it just changes how the weight is pushing directly down that wrist. It's because we spend a lot of time typing and everything like this, and then we go to push and we're really putting a lot of pressure on those wrists. So yeah, so don't be scared of push-ups, but it could be something that we need to have a look at, see what your postural issues might be that might be making it more complicated, see whether you're activating the muscles, and yeah, just something that needs a little bit of time and attention. But this is lockdown. What else have you got to focus on? So my promise to you right now is that I will practice the stretch that I am absolutely useless at, and so therefore very rarely do. So if this is a stretch you aren't very good at either, then join me. So dig through the heels. I'm going to come into tabletop. So as you can see, I'm not very high with the glutes, and that's because my shoulders are tight. So you've got to dig through the palms of your hands and lift, squeezing the glutes and driving through the heels. So I'm going to do that every day. And another good one you can do is every time you walk through a doorway, get yourself a chest stretch, yeah? So get those shoulders back and down. So you can do double bubble, or you can take one and then just turn slightly away and get some external rotation. So I've whittled on a little bit, but that's only because I know that some people are really scared of doing their push-ups, and as soon as they see that it's going to be a workout, then they think, oh shit, I'm not going to be able to do that. Yes, you can, you'll be fine. So we can modify, we can regress, and particularly as you're at home, if it says like 10 push-ups, find yourself a ledge that's sturdy and takes your weight, and see if you're more comfortable on that than doing them on the floor. So I hope that helps. If anyone's got any questions, please comment below. If anyone thinks they've got a magic pill that improves your push-ups, oh my god, comment below, definitely. Okay, take care guys, and enjoy the rest of your day.